Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to step away from the display case. These pieces start at $50,000. The words cut through the Saturday afternoon buzz of Madison Avenue's most exclusive jewelry boutique. Dr. Evelyn Hayes, 42, looked up from the vintage Cartier collection she'd been examining. Her navy blazer was impeccable, her posture confident. These pieces start at $50,000. Caleb Vance continued, his arms crossed. At 28, he carried himself like someone who'd never been challenged. Behind him, a young woman with a ring light whispered into her phone. "My God, guys, you're seeing this live." Caleb's smirk widened. "Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at the costume jewelry section downstairs." The live stream counter climbed 847 viewers and rising. Security materialized near the exit with a subtle hand gesture from Caleb. Real-life stories like this remind us that touching stories of discrimination still unfold in broad daylight. Have you ever been judged by your appearance before anyone knew your story? Welcome to Beat Stories, where justice speaks louder than revenge. We share tales of brilliant minds who faced discrimination and transformed entire systems through intelligence, not anger. Because the most powerful victory isn't destroying your enemies, it's ensuring they can never hurt anyone else again. "I'm looking for something special for my mother's 70th birthday," Evelyn said, her voice steady. She gestured toward the Cartier display. "That Art Deco piece caught my eye." Caleb's laugh was sharp. "That's the 1925 Cartier Panther bracelet. It's $85,000 0 cents plus tax. I understand the price point." "Do you?" Caleb stepped closer, his cologne overwhelming. "Because I've been in luxury retail for 8 years, I know our clientele." The live streamer, a college student named Maya, adjusted her ring light. Her viewer count had jumped to 2,341. Comments flooded the screen. "Is this really happening? Someone call them out. This is insane." Evelyn's phone buzzed a text from her assistant. Board meeting moved to 4:30 p.m. "Car will wait." She glanced at her Patek Philippe watch. 3:22 p.m. "Store closes in 45 minutes, Caleb announced. "And I have a VIP client appointment. I won't take long." Evelyn's Hermes Kelly bag rested against her hip, its craftsmanship subtle but unmistakable to trained eyes. Caleb missed it entirely. "Can I see some identification?" he asked, "for our insurance purposes?" "Insurance purposes?" Evelyn's eyebrow lifted slightly. "High-value merchandise requires documentation company policy." She handed him her driver's license. Caleb studied it longer than necessary, then typed something into his tablet. "Dr. Hayes," he read aloud. "What kind of doctor business?" Caleb's tone suggested this explained everything. "Well, doctor, these pieces require substantial down payments. We do offer financing options through our preferred lenders." Maya's livestream exploded 890 viewers now. The comments section moved too fast to read individual messages, but the anger was palpable. Other customers began to notice. A well-dressed couple near the Rolex display exchanged glances. An elderly woman with a small dog paused her shopping to watch. "I don't need financing," Evelyn said quietly. "Everyone says that," Caleb's voice carried across the store. "But when they see the total with tax and insurance, reality hits." Sarah Martinez, the assistant manager, approached. At 34, she'd worked here for 6 years and prided herself on reading situations. But Caleb was her superior, and she'd learned not to challenge him publicly. "Everything okay here?" Sarah asked, though her tone suggested she already knew the answer. "Just explaining our policies," Caleb replied. "Some people need more guidance." Evelyn's phone buzzed again. This time she glimpsed the screen, her first-class boarding pass for Monday's flight to London visible in her clear phone case. A meeting with European investors about a 400 million 0 cents acquisition. "I'd like to speak with Jonathan Sinclair," she said. Caleb's expression shifted. "Mr. Sinclair doesn't meet with random walk-ins." "Random? You know what I mean." The words hung in the air like a challenge. Maya's livestream hit 8,000 viewers. Someone had tagged at Sinclair Luxury in the comments. "Perhaps we should continue this conversation privately," Sarah suggested, sensing the growing crowd. "Way privately." Caleb's confidence seemed to feed on the attention. "I'm just doing my job protecting our inventory and our reputation." He turned to address the other customers as if they were allies. "You understand, right? We have standards to maintain." The elderly woman with the dog looked uncomfortable. The couple near the Rolex display pulled out their phones. "Standards." Evelyn repeated, her voice barely above a whisper. Exactly, Caleb was warming to his theme now. "This isn't a department store. This is Sinclair Luxury. We cater to a very specific demographic." And what demographic is that Caleb's pause lasted 3 seconds too long? Established clients, people with history here. History, generational wealth, old money. People who understand the value of discretion. Maya's viewer count climbed past 10,000. Local news blogger Jennifer Stone had arrived, alerted by the viral stream. Her press credentials hung around her neck. "Are you recording this?" Caleb asked Maya, finally noticing the ring light. "I'm live streaming," Maya said. "It's what I do." "Well, stop. This is private property, public accommodation." Jennifer Stone interjected, her phone already recording. "First Amendment rights?" Caleb's face reddened. Security, a uniformed guard, approached. Carl Henderson, 55, had worked building security for 12 years. He'd seen Caleb's tantrums before. "Problem here?" Carl asked, though his tone suggested he already knew who the problem was. "This woman is disrupting our other customers," Caleb said. "I need her escorted out." Carl looked around. The other customers were watching Caleb, not Evelyn. Several were now filming openly. "Has she threatened anyone?" Carl asked. "She's being difficult." Difficult how Caleb's jaw tightened. "Just remove her." Evelyn pulled out her phone and opened the voice memo app. "For the record, I am Dr. Evelyn Hayes. It's 3:47 p.m. on Saturday, November 18th. I am at Sinclair Luxury on Madison Avenue, attempting to purchase a birthday gift for my mother." "You can't record in here," Caleb snapped. "Actually, I can," Jennifer Stone said. "New York is a one-party consent state." The hashtag jewelry store racism had begun trending. Maya's livestream now had 15,000 viewers. Evelyn's phone buzzed. A text from Jonathan S., looking forward to Monday's announcement. "The partnership will be transformative." She glanced at the message, then at Caleb. "Are you absolutely certain Mr. Sinclair is unavailable?" "Positive. Even for urgent business matters." Caleb's laugh was bitter. "Lady, what urgent business could you possibly have with Jonathan Sinclair?" The question hung in the air like a noose. 3. Tension escalates. 286 words. "Security concerns," Caleb announced to Carl. "I think she might be casing the store." The accusation rippled through the growing crowd. Maya's livestream spiked to 18,000 viewers. The comments section exploded with outrage. "Casing the store." Evelyn's voice remained calm, but something shifted in her posture. "Based on what evidence you've been photographing our inventory," Caleb said, taking pictures of our security setup. "I photographed one bracelet and you keep checking your phone, coordinating with someone outside." Jennifer Stone stepped forward. "I'm with Manhattan Daily News. Can you state your name for the record?" "Caleb Vance, store manager," he said, puffing his chest. "And I'm protecting this establishment's interests by accusing a customer of criminal activity by using my professional judgment." Sarah Martinez pulled Caleb aside. "Maybe we should call Mr. Sinclair," she whispered. He's at his estate in the Hamptons, Caleb replied. I'm not bothering him with this. But Evelyn heard the whispered exchange. Her phone buzzed again. Another text from Jonathan S. Just saw the news alerts, call me immediately. She showed the phone to Caleb. Still think he's unavailable? Caleb squinted at the screen. Anyone can put a fake contact in their phone. You want me to call him? Go ahead, waste your time. Evelyn pressed the contact. The phone rang once. Evelyn, what the hell is happening at my Madison Avenue store? Jonathan Sinclair's voice carried clearly through the phone's speaker. The entire store went silent. Hello, Jonathan, Evelyn said, her eyes never leaving Caleb's face. I'm standing in your store trying to buy a gift for my mother's birthday. Your manager seems to think I'm a security threat. Put him on the phone. Caleb's face had gone pale. Sir, I was just put him on the phone, Evelyn. She handed Caleb the phone. His hand shook slightly as he took it. Mr. Sinclair, sir, I can explain. The phone erupted. Even without speaker mode, Sinclair's voice carried across the boutique. Words like embarrassment and liability and fired floated through the air. Maya's livestream hit 25,000 viewers. The hashtag Sinclair Luxury Racism was trending nationally. Caleb handed the phone back to Evelyn. He wants to speak with you. Jonathan, I'm here. I'm flying back from the Hamptons now. Can you wait 20 minutes? Of course. And Evelyn, I'm sorry. This is inexcusable. The line went dead. Caleb stared at the phone as if it had bitten him. How do you know, Mr. Sinclair? Sarah asked quietly. We have business together, Evelyn replied. What kind of business? Before Evelyn could answer, her phone rang. The caller ID showed Richardson Capital Legal. Excuse me, she said, stepping away from the group. Michael? Yes, I saw the alerts too. No, I'm handling it personally. Yes, document everything. The reputation management team should monitor all social platforms. I'll call you back. She hung up and returned to the group. Caleb was whispering urgently with Sarah. Everything's documented, Caleb was saying. The security footage, the witness statements. If she sues, we have evidence she was disruptive. Caleb, Sarah said carefully. Maybe we should what? Apologize for doing our jobs? Jennifer Stone approached with her phone recording. Mr. Vance, can you explain why you assumed Dr. Hayes was casing the store? No comment. But you made the accusation publicly. I said no comment. Dr. Hayes. Jennifer continued, can you tell us about your relationship with Mr. Sinclair? Evelyn paused. We're business partners. What kind of business? Financial services. Answer was technically true, but deliberately vague. Caleb seized on it. Financial services, he repeated mockingly. Let me guess you sell insurance or something. Something like that. Maya's livestream now had 35,000 viewers. Someone had created a TikTok compilation of the confrontation that was spreading across social media. I manage investments, Evelyn clarified. For who various clients? Caleb's confidence began returning. See vague answers. If she really knew Mr. Sinclair, she'd be more specific. Would I real VIP clients don't play games? They announce themselves, they name drop. Is that what you expect? I expect honesty. Evelyn's phone buzzed a text from her assistant. Reuters picked up the story. CNN wants a statement. She showed the text to Jennifer Stone. No comment to media until this is resolved. CNN. Caleb read over Jennifer's shoulder. What's CNN want with an insurance salesperson? I never said I sold insurance. Financial services, insurance, whatever. Point is, you're nobody special. The words landed like a physical blow. Maya's chat exploded with responses. Several viewers had started researching Dr. Evelyn Hayes and posting their findings. Oh my God, Maya said, reading her comments. Guys, I'm seeing some crazy stuff about who this woman might be, like what Caleb demanded. Maya's eyes widened as she read. Someone posted her LinkedIn. She's a CEO, Richardson Capital Management. Caleb snatched Maya's phone. Let me see that. Hey, Maya protested. Caleb's face went white as he read. This can't be right, Partial. What can't be right? Sarah asked. It says she manages $2, $800, $1,000, $1,000, 0 cents in asset. That's impossible, Caleb said. People like that don't shop alone. They have assistants, bodyguards. Do they? Evelyn asked quietly. Of course they do. Rich people don't just walk into stores like normal people. How do you know what rich people do? Caleb's mouth opened and closed like a fish. I work in luxury retail. I know these things. The questions were gentle, but they dismantled Caleb's confidence piece by piece. His certainty about wealth, about status, about who belonged, where, all of it crumbled under Evelyn's quiet scrutiny. The LinkedIn could be fake, he said desperately. Kidding. Anyone can make a fake profile with a verified business account. With $2, $800, $1,000, $1,000, 0 cents in documented assets under management, Caleb's breathing became shallow. I don't believe it. What would convince you? Real proof, not just some website. Evelyn reached into her Kelly bag and pulled out a business card. She handed it to Caleb. Dr. Evelyn Hayes, Chief Executive Officer, Richardson Capital Management, he read aloud. Assets under management $2, $800, $1,000, $1,000, 0 cents. The card was embossed heavy stock with a subtle watermark. It was the kind of card that cost $15, 0 cents each to print. Business cards can be faked too, Caleb said, but his voice lacked conviction. Shouldn't they? Sarah stepped forward. Caleb, maybe we should. Should what? Believe every business card someone waves around. Maybe we should listen to Mr. Sinclair's instructions. Mr. Sinclair was caught off guard. He didn't have all the facts. But facts. She could still be a scammer. A con artist. Rich people don't shop alone. The repetition revealed Caleb's desperation. He built his entire worldview on assumptions about wealth and status. And Evelyn's presence threatened to collapse it all. I shop alone, she said simply. Let's prove it. Now give a hug. Show me your bank account. Show me real proof you have this kind of money. The request hung in the air like a challenge. Maya's live stream had reached 45,000 viewers. The story was spreading beyond social media, now picked up by major news outlets. Evelyn smiled for the first time since entering the store. Okay? Evelyn opened her phone and navigated to her banking app. The Chase Private Client logo appeared, followed by a login screen requiring both facial recognition and her thumbprint. This is ridiculous, Caleb muttered, but his eyes were fixed on the screen. The app opened to her account summary. Even upside down, the numbers were unmistakable. $47,000, $382, $419, 73. In her primary checking account, Caleb's face went gray. That's fake. Apps can be doctored, can they? Evelyn rotated the phone so everyone could see clearly. Should I refresh it? She pulled down on the screen. The balance updated $47,000, $382, $891.73. A dividend payment had just posted $47 million. Jennifer Stone whispered, her own phone recording the screen. In a checking account. Jesus, Sarah breathed. Maya's live stream chat went insane. 52,000 viewers watched as Evelyn scrolled through recent transactions. A $150,000 0 cents payment to Hampton's veterinary emergency caught Caleb's attention. What's that for? He asked. My mother's horse needed surgery last month. You spent $150,000 0 cents on a horse. The horse is important to my mother. My mother's important to me. The simplicity of the statement hit harder than any boast. Caleb stared at the screen, his worldview crumbling in real time. But the car service, he asked desperately. Rich people have drivers. I drove myself today. I like driving. The bodyguard, I don't need bodyguards to buy jewelry. Each answer destroyed another assumption. Caleb's breathing became rapid, shallow. This still doesn't prove anything, he said. You could have stolen someone's phone. Evelyn's smile was patient. Would you like me to call my office? You can speak with my assistant. Yes. She dialed. Patricia, it's Evelyn. Yes, I saw the news alerts. Can you verify my identity for someone? Thank you. She handed the phone to Caleb. Patricia Williams, my executive assistant for 8 years. Caleb took the phone reluctantly. Hello. Good afternoon. You're speaking with Patricia Williams, executive assistant to Dr. Evelyn Hayes, CEO of Richardson Capital Management. May I ask who's calling? And Caleb Vance. I'm the store manager at Sinclair Luxury Commercial. Mr. Vance. Dr. Hayes mentioned she was shopping for her mother's birthday. I trust you're taking good care of her. Caleb's mouth opened and closed silently. And Vance, are you there? Yes, I'm here. Excellent. Dr. Hayes is one of our most valued clients. Please let me know if there's anything you need to facilitate her purchase. Caleb handed the phone back to Evelyn without speaking. Patricia? Thank you. Yes, I'll be in the office Monday morning. The board meeting's still at 4:30. Perfect. Talk soon. She hung up and looked at Caleb. Satisfied, Caleb's face was red, then pale, then red again. I don't understand. What don't you understand? You don't look like what? Like someone with that kind of money. The admission hung in the air like a confession. Maya's live stream had reached 58,000 viewers. The story was trending on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram simultaneously. What does someone with that kind of money look like? Evelyn asked. Caleb's mouth worked soundlessly. Every answer would be a trap. I mean, you're dressed so normal. Normal. Not flashy, not obvious. Should I be obvious? Rich people usually are. Are they? The gentle questioning technique was surgical. Each question exposed another prejudice, another assumption, another failure of imagination. I've worked in luxury retail for 8 years, Caleb said desperately. I know the signs. What signs? The way they talk, the way they act, the way they look. We're gonna have they look. Caleb's silence was answer enough. Evelyn's phone buzzed. A text from Jonathan S. Helicopter landing now, be there in 5 minutes. She showed the text to Caleb. Mr. Sinclair is arriving. By helicopter, he keeps one at his estate. Caleb's legs seemed unsteady. Sarah moved to support him. Are you feeling all right? Evelyn asked. I think I made a mistake. Become what I would call what kind of mistake I thought I assumed. You assumed what Caleb's confession came in fragments. I thought you didn't belong here. Based on what? Based on... He stopped, unable to finish. Based on how I'd look. I'm not racist, Caleb said quickly. I'm not. I never said you were, but that's what everyone's thinking. What are you thinking? Caleb's face crumpled. I don't know. I'd know what I'm thinking. Maya's live stream hit 65,000 viewers. The story had been picked up by major news outlets. Sinclair luxury racism was trending worldwide. I need to sit down, Caleb said. There's a chair behind the counter, Sarah offered. I need to go home. Mr. Sinclair is almost here, Evelyn said gently. You should probably wait. I can't face him. Why not? Because I fucked up? I fucked up bad. The profanity shocked everyone. Caleb had always prided himself on his professionalism. I'd be fired, he continued. I'm going to be blacklisted, no one will hire me. And you don't know that I do know that. This is going to follow me forever. He gestured at Maya's live stream. 65,000 people watched me humiliate myself. It's going to be on the internet forever. What are you going to do about it? What can I do? I can't take it back. Can you? Caleb looked at her with confusion. What do you mean? What would taking it back look like? I don't know, an apology, I guess. So who? You know, anyone else? Caleb looked around the store. Maya was still live streaming. Jennifer Stone was still recording. Other customers were still watching. To everyone, he said quietly. What would you say? Caleb's voice was barely a whisper. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I judged you. I'm sorry I assumed things about you. I'm sorry I treated you like you didn't belong here. Why did you do those things? Because I'm an idiot. Are you? I must be. Smart people don't destroy their careers over a jewelry sale. Is that what happened here? You destroyed your career over a jewelry sale. Caleb considered the question. No, I destroyed my career over my own prejudices. The admission was stark, honest, devastating. Maya's chat exploded with responses. Some viewers called for forgiveness. Others demanded justice. What are you going to do differently? Evelyn asked. I don't know if I'll get the chance to do anything differently. If you did get the chance, Caleb thought for a long moment. I'd remember that I don't know anything about someone just by looking at them. That's a start. Is it enough I don't know? Is it? Before Caleb could answer, the sound of helicopter rotors filled the air. Through the store's windows, they could see a small aircraft descending toward the street. He's here, Sarah said unnecessarily. Caleb's face went white. I'm going to be sick. Breathe, Evelyn said. Just breathe. When are you being nice to me? Why shouldn't I be? Because I was horrible to you. Where are you? Caleb nodded miserably. I was horrible. What made you horrible? Fear, I think. Fear that I didn't know what I was doing. Fear that I wasn't good enough for this job. Fear that someone would figure out I was a fraud. Are you a fraud? I don't know, maybe. I certainly don't know as much as I thought I did. What do you know? Caleb looked around the store. I know about jewelry. I know about craftsmanship. I know about history and artistry and the stories behind these pieces. That's not nothing. It's not enough. What would be enough? Knowing how to treat people. Knowing how to see people as individuals instead of stereotypes. Can you learn that I don't know? I hope so. The helicopter's rotors were winding down outside. Through the window, they could see Jonathan Sinclair climbing out of the aircraft. He was a tall man in his 60s, with silver hair and an expensive overcoat. Looks angry, Sarah observed. Should be, Caleb said. I fucked up his store's reputation. Carl nodded. Rose and Mail getting ready? Said Kurt. Did you? Caleb looked at Maya's live stream, 71,000 viewers now. The story was spreading globally. Yeah, I did. Can it be fixed? I don't know, can it? The question hung in the air as Jonathan Sinclair approached the store's entrance. His face was grim, his stride purposeful. We're about to find out, Evelyn said. Jonathan Sinclair entered his store like a man walking into a war zone. His silver hair was wind-swept from the helicopter ride, his Armani overcoat still perfect, despite the rushed flight from the Hamptons. Everyone out, he said quietly, except Dr. Hayes, Mr. Vance, and Ms. Martinez. The other customers reluctantly filed toward the exit. Maya tried to keep her live stream running, but Sinclair's security team, 2 men in dark suits who'd arrived with him, gently but firmly escorted her outside. The live stream is ending, Maya announced to her 73,000 viewers, but I'll update you all as soon as I know more. Jennifer Stone held up her press credentials. First Amendment rights. This is private property, Ms. Stone. You'll have your statement in 20 minutes. I'm staying, she said. No, you're not. The security team moved toward her. Wait, Evelyn said. Let her stay. Sinclair paused. Evelyn, you don't have to. I want transparency, she said. Full transparency. Sinclair nodded to his security team. They stepped back. My office, Sinclair said. Now the group moved toward the back of the store, past displays of Rolex watches and Tiffany diamonds, toward a private elevator that led to Sinclair's office on the floor above. The elevator ride was silent, except for Caleb's labored breathing. Sarah kept glancing at him with concern. Sinclair's office was a monument to success, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Madison Avenue, original Picasso sketches on the walls, a conference table that could seat 12. Sit, Sinclair said, gesturing to the conference table. Caleb chose a chair at the far end, as if trying to disappear. Sarah sat beside him. Evelyn took a chair across from them. Jennifer Stone positioned herself where she could record everything. Sinclair remained standing. Caleb explained to me what happened. I made an assumption, Caleb said quietly. What kind of assumption? I assumed Dr. Hayes wasn't a serious customer. Based on what Caleb's mouth opened and closed. Based on how she looked. How did she look? Like someone who didn't belong here. What does someone who belongs here look like? Caleb's silence stretched for 30 seconds. I don't know. You don't know. I thought I knew, but I was wrong. Sinclair pulled out his phone and showed Caleb the screen. Do you know what this is? Caleb squinted at the screen. It looks like a financial report. It's Richardson Capital's latest quarterly filing. They manage $2,800,000 in assets under management. Their clients include Fortune 500 companies, pension funds, and sovereign wealth funds. Caleb's face went pale. Do you know what else this is? Sinclair continued scrolling through the document. It's a list of their current investments, including a $47,000 zero position in Sinclair Luxury Group. What does that mean? Caleb asked. It means Dr. Hayes' company owns 14% of my business. The number hit Caleb like a physical blow. 14%, 14%, Sinclair confirmed, which makes her one of our largest shareholders. Caleb's breathing became rapid. I didn't know. What else don't you know? I don't know what you mean. You don't know that Dr. Hayes' company manages the pension fund for our 400 employees. You don't know that she's been instrumental in our expansion into Asian markets. You don't know that we've been discussing a strategic partnership that would double our revenue within 3 years. Each revelation hit Caleb like a hammer blow. I didn't know any of that. What did you know? I knew she was black, Caleb said quietly. The admission hung in the air like a toxic cloud. Sarah covered her face with her hands. And what did that tell you? Sinclair asked. She probably couldn't afford our merchandise. Based on what evidence? No evidence, just assumption. What kind of assumption? Caleb's voice was barely a whisper. A racist assumption. Are you racist, Caleb? I don't think so. I don't want to be. But you acted like one. Yes. Wow. Caleb struggled to answer. Because I'm stupid, because I'm ignorant, because I watch too much TV and think I know what rich people look like. What do rich people look like? I thought they looked like white people. Do they? Caleb looked at Evelyn, then at Sinclair. No, they look like people. People come in all colors, Caleb. I know that now. Did you know it this morning? I thought I did, but I guess I didn't really believe it. Sinclair pulled out his phone again. Do you know what this is? Another financial report. It's the real-time social media monitoring for our brand. We've had 847,000 negative mentions in the past 2 hours. Our stock price is down 12%. 3 major clients have called to express concerns about our company culture. Caleb's face crumpled. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. What can I do? You can start by understanding the scope of what you've done. Sinclair opened his laptop and projected it onto the wall screen. Caleb's confrontation with Evelyn played in real time, captured from multiple angles by different phones. "This is what 73,000 people watched live," Sinclair said. "It's been viewed 2.3 million times in the past hour. It's trending in 47 countries." Caleb watched himself on screen, his face contorting with shame at each cruel word. The hashtag Sinclair. Luxury racism is trending worldwide. Sinclair continued, "We've received 12,000 emails demanding your termination." The New York Times wants a statement. The NAACP is calling for a boycott. "I destroyed everything," Caleb whispered. "You destroyed your career," Sinclair corrected. "Whether you destroyed the company remains to be seen. What can I do to fix it?" "You can't fix it, but maybe the company can." Caleb looked up hopefully. "How?" "By making sure this never happens again, by changing our training, our policies, our entire culture." "Will that work? If we're serious about it?" "Are you serious about it?" Sinclair looked at Evelyn. "That depends on Dr. Hayes." All eyes turned to Evelyn. She'd been silent throughout the exchange, observing the destruction of Caleb's worldview with clinical detachment. "What do you want to know?" she asked. "Are you going to sue us?" "It depends on whether you're serious about change." "We're serious." "Are you?" Evelyn opened her briefcase and pulled out a folder. "Because I have a proposition for you." "What kind of proposition?" "A partnership. A real partnership with conditions." She spread documents across the conference table. "Richardson Capital is prepared to increase our investment in Sinclair Luxury Group from $47 million 0 cents to $150 million 0 cents. Sinclair's eyes widened. $150 million. That would give us 42% ownership controlling interest. What are your conditions? Mandatory bias training for all employees, quarterly diversity audits, a public commitment to inclusive hiring practices, and Caleb here becomes our pilot case." Caleb looked up in confusion. "What does that mean?" "It means you're going to help us design a rehabilitation program for employees who demonstrate unconscious bias." "I don't understand." "You're going to learn, and then you're going to teach others." Caleb's eyes filled with tears. "You're not firing me." "That's not my decision," Evelyn said. "That's Mr. Sinclair's decision." All eyes turned to Sinclair. He studied Caleb for a long moment. "You're suspended without pay for 30 days, he said finally. "You'll complete a comprehensive bias training program. You'll attend sensitivity workshops. You'll meet with community leaders and educate yourself about the impact of discrimination. And then we'll see if you've learned anything." Caleb nodded eagerly. "I'll do whatever it takes. This is your one chance, Caleb, your only chance." "I understand." "Do you? Because the entire world is watching. If you screw this up, there won't be a third chance." "We won't screw it up. We'll see." Sinclair turned to Evelyn. "What about the media response?" "We'll issue a joint statement," she said, "acknowledging the incident, outlining our response, and demonstrating our commitment to change. Will that be enough?" "It's a start. What else?" "We implement the changes immediately, full transparency, regular progress reports to the community and the financial partnership. We move forward with oversight." Sinclair nodded slowly. "I accept your terms." Caleb looked up from the table. "Dr. Hayes, thank you. Don't thank me yet. Thank me when you've actually changed." "I will change, I promise." "Promises are easy, Caleb. Actions are hard. I'll prove it to you. You'll prove it to yourself." 3 weeks later, Caleb Vance stood in the same Sinclair luxury boutique where his world had collapsed. But everything had changed. The store now displayed a prominent sign. "Sinclair Luxury Group is committed to serving all customers with dignity and respect. We welcome feedback at dignity@sinclairluxury.com." Caleb wore a small pin on his lapel Bias Awareness Advocate. He'd earned it after completing 120 hours of training with community leaders, psychologists, and diversity experts. "Good morning, Dr. Hayes," he said as Evelyn entered the store. "Good morning, Caleb. How are you feeling?" "Nervous," he admitted, but grateful. Evelyn was here for the ribbon-cutting ceremony launching Sinclair's new Dignity Initiative. The program would serve as a model for luxury retailers nationwide. Sarah Martinez, now promoted to store manager, joined them. "The media is setting up outside," she reported. "How many outlets?" Evelyn asked. 15, including CNN and the BBC. The story had maintained international attention. Caleb's transformation from discriminatory manager to bias awareness advocate had become a case study in corporate responsibility. "Are you ready for this?" Evelyn asked Caleb. "I think so. I've practiced my statement 50 times. What's the most important part? Taking responsibility. No excuses, no deflection." "Good." Jennifer Stone entered with her camera crew. Dr. Hayes Caleb ready for the interviews. "Let's do this," Evelyn said. Outside, a crowd had gathered. Community leaders, business executives, and curious onlookers filled the sidewalk. Maya, the original live streamer, was broadcasting again, this time with 200,000 viewers watching the redemption story unfold. Jonathan Sinclair stepped to the microphone. 3 weeks ago, this store became the center of a national conversation about bias and discrimination. Today, we're announcing concrete steps to ensure it never happens again. He outlined the new policy's mandatory quarterly bias training for all employees' community oversight committees and a $5 million zero-cents fund for bias awareness programs in retail businesses nationwide. But the real story, Sinclair continued, is about personal transformation. Caleb approached the microphone. His hands shook slightly. "My name is Caleb Vance," he began. 3 weeks ago, I humiliated a customer and embarrassed my company because of my own unconscious bias. The crowd was silent. "I want to be clear, there are no excuses for my behavior. I made assumptions about Dr. Hayes based on her race. I treated her as if she didn't belong in our store. I was wrong, and I take full responsibility." Maya's chat exploded with responses. Some viewers called for continued boycotts. Others praised Caleb's honesty. "But I also want to tell you what I've learned," Caleb continued. "I've learned that bias isn't just about conscious hatred. It's about unconscious assumptions. It's about the stories we tell ourselves about who deserves what." He paused, gathering courage. "I've spent the last 3 weeks meeting with community leaders, attending workshops, and examining my own prejudices. I've learned that bias is like a virus. It infects your thinking without you realizing it." The crowd began to murmur approvingly. "I can't undo what I did, but I can commit to doing better. I can use my experience to help others recognize their own biases before they cause harm." Caleb stepped back from the microphone. Scattered applause began, then grew into sustained clapping. Evelyn approached the microphone next. "Change is hard," she said simply. "Real change requires admitting mistakes, accepting responsibility, and doing the difficult work of transformation." She gestured toward Caleb. 3 weeks ago, Caleb embodied everything wrong with unconscious bias. Today, he represents the possibility of redemption through education and commitment. The applause grew louder. But individual change isn't enough. Evelyn continued. "We need systemic change. That's why Richardson Capital is partnering with Sinclair Luxury Group to create the National Retail Dignity Initiative." She outlined the program bias training for 50,000 retail workers nationwide, community oversight in 500 stores, and a public database tracking progress on inclusion metrics. "This isn't about punishment," she concluded. "It's about prevention. It's about creating a retail environment where everyone feels welcome, respected, and valued. The crowd erupted in applause. Maya's live stream had reached 300,000 viewers. After the ceremony, Caleb approached Evelyn privately. "I bought something for you," he said, handing her a small gift box. Inside was a simple pin change agent. "I had it made at a local shop," Caleb explained. "I wanted you to know that you changed my life. You changed your own life," Evelyn replied. "I just gave you the opportunity. Will you wear it?" Evelyn pinned it to her lapel with pride. Dr. Hayes. "Yeah, that bracelet you wanted for your mother's birthday. We still have it." "I know. Would you like to buy it now?" Evelyn smiled. "I thought you'd never ask." As Caleb carefully wrapped the $85,000 0 Cartier bracelet, he reflected on how much had changed. 3 weeks ago, he'd seen a black woman and assumed she didn't belong. Today, he was serving a customer who'd taught him the most valuable lesson of his life. Everyone deserves dignity. The sale completed. Caleb handed Evelyn the beautifully wrapped package. "Thank you for shopping at Sinclair Luxury," he said. "It's been an honor serving you." "The honor," Evelyn replied, "has been mine." 6 months later, the National Retail Dignity Initiative had trained 47,000 workers across 500 stores. Discrimination complaints in participating retailers dropped 73%. The program became a Harvard Business School case study. Caleb Vance was featured on 60 Minutes, sharing his transformation story with 12 million viewers. He'd become a sought-after speaker on unconscious bias, traveling to conferences nationwide. The hardest part, he told audiences, wasn't admitting I was wrong. It was admitting I'd been wrong my whole life without knowing it. Maya, the original live streamer, had parlayed her viral moment into a platform for social justice content. Her follow-up video tracking Caleb's transformation garnered 50 million views. Evelyn's mother wore the Cartier bracelet to her charity gala, where she told the story to 300 philanthropists. The audience donated $2,300 0 to bias awareness programs that night. "My daughter taught me something," Eleanor Hayes told the crowd. "She showed me that true power isn't about revenge. It's about creating change that lasts." Richardson Capital's investment in Sinclair Luxury Group proved prescient. With their new inclusive brand image, sales increased 34% in 6 months. Stock price reached all-time highs, but the real measure of success was quieter, more personal. At Sinclair's Madison Avenue store, customers of all backgrounds shopped without fear of judgment. The staff greeted everyone with genuine warmth. The Dignity at SinclairLuxury.com email address received hundreds of positive testimonials. Caleb kept a photo on his desk himself, shaking hands with Evelyn at the ribbon-cutting ceremony. It reminded him daily that people can change, that mistakes can become opportunities, that redemption is possible through hard work and humility. Evelyn kept her change agent pin in a place of honor in her office. It reminded her that touching stories of transformation can emerge from the darkest moments of prejudice. The jewelry store confrontation had become more than a viral moment. It became proof that real-life stories of discrimination can spark systemic change. When people choose courage over comfort, education over ignorance, and hope over hate, Black stories like Caleb and Evelyn's demonstrate that progress happens one interaction at a time, one person at a time, one choice at a time. The most powerful weapon against bias isn't anger or litigation. It's the patient work of changing hearts and minds through education, accountability, and the radical act of seeing each other's humanity. Your turn to make a difference. Have you witnessed discrimination in retail or other settings? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience matters and could inspire change. Think Caleb's transformation was genuine, or do you believe some biases are too deep to change? Let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to Beat Stories for more life stories that prove ordinary moments can spark extraordinary change. We're building a community where real stories beat prejudice, and together we can create a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Share this video if you believe in the power of redemption through education. Hit that subscribe button to join the Beat Stories family, because every story has the power to change hearts and minds.